Coming up, South Georgia volunteers help with hurricane relief up north. A Bainbridge home is invaded.
And police need your help in finding a missing girl. Your news Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Sabir Muhammad.
And I'm Naya Erb. Volunteers from South Georgia have traveled north to help victims of Hurricane Sandy. A South Georgia Red Cross team of 4 traveled to New Jersey. Valdosta's Second Harvest Food Bank is sending over 200,000 pounds of supplies to help people in need. That makes it the largest donation Second Harvest has ever made in a disaster. While the food bank already has sent water and cleaning supplies, it also plans to send equipment, including refrigerators and other machinery. Both the Red Cross and Second Harvest Food Bank remain on standby to provide more help if necessary, and they say more donations are needed.
The Adel Police Department needs your help to find a missing person. 16-year-old Brittany Oliver has been missing for 4 days now and was last seen around her own home. Officials report she's an African-American, about 5'6", and weighing around 125 pounds. They say she has long black hair and brown eyes. Police also say she may be staying at another person's residence. Authorities are reminding the public that without her parents' consent, at that age, it is against the law to hide her.
Bainbridge police are on the hunt for 3 young men who invaded a home Monday afternoon and assaulted its residents. The men entered the home demanding money and threatened the 3 adults and children inside the home at gunpoint. When the victims told them that they had no money, the assailants then tied them up with electrical wire and shoelaces. A 4th adult came home while the robbery was in progress. She was then sexually assaulted at gunpoint. The suspects in the crime wore hoods over their faces that revealed only the skin around their eyes, making it difficult for the victims to give a proper description. The assailants are known to be 3 black males around 20 years old. Police believe the suspects specifically targeted the home and its residents as they made comments to the victims that could only come from those who knew them personally. Anyone with information about the invasion should contact Bainbridge Public Safety.
South Georgia Medical Center recently added a helipad service to the hospital. After using the helipad on a 3-year-old a few weeks ago, South Georgia Medical Center's Chief Planning Officer, Bill Forbes, believes the facility will save more lives and make the community safer overall. Prior to the helipad's construction, patients will be taken in an ambulance to the Valdosta Airport for a flight, then transported to another hospital.
While people across the country dressed up for zombies for Halloween, the United States military trained for a real zombies apocalypse. The apocalypse scenario was part of a summit for counterterrorism. According to the summit organizer, preparing for a zombie invasion would actually prepare the military for other catastrophic events because there would be similar characteristics in both disasters. The scenario takes after the public service campaign the CDC started last year, warning Americans to be prepared for zombie invasions.
Coming up, the number of Georgia drivers caught texting and driving is decreasing. Some voter registration numbers.
And the local Goodwill opens the new training center. Stay with us.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
That's slow. That's slow. Look, he's blushing.
love learning.
I believe in service.
I am full of passion.
I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why
I chose
Division II.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Naya Earp.
And I'm Sabir Muhammad. Numbers show a decline in the number of Georgia drivers who are being caught texting while driving. Dougherty County is not a single case of texting this month, and officials believe that is because the law is too vague. Captain Tom Jackson says that unless there's undeniable proof that the person was texting, there's no lawful reason for someone to be stopped. Since the law was implemented in January, less than 50 drivers per month have been pulled over.
Reverend Joseph Lowry, a 91-year-old black minister and Obama supporter, has been trying to rally support to re-elect the president by speaking out in Georgia churches. Lowry, who calls himself a former militant for black rights, made a comment that has drawn a good deal of criticism. During one of his recent speaking engagements, Reverend Lowry was reported saying that most white people are not going to heaven, which was then reported in a Forsyth newspaper by a reporter at the scene. Lowry has defended himself, saying it was clearly just a joke, but some members of the community have feel that while some jokes may be appropriate, this one certainly was not. This is not the first time Lowry has made such comments in the Atlanta area.
The local Goodwill agency has added a training center to help people develop skills they can use to get jobs. Here's Tiffany Taveras for more on that story.
Goodwill on St. Augustine Road had a grand opening of their new training center on October the 25th. The center has brought an array of new opportunities for citizens in the Valdosta area as well as surrounding areas.
For the community, the training center will provide actual services to individuals with disabilities that have a barrier to employment. We work with all people with disabilities to basically meeting them where they are and trying to help them reach their goals as far as competitive employment.
At this particular Goodwill, the training center is connected to the retail store, giving many of the trainees the experience they need to seek a career in retail.
The training center provided how to do custodial work, retail, and basically life skills for work, so you can know how to do certain things you didn't know how to do at first when you first started the work program.
The Career Center and Training Center is able to run effectively because of the donations provided to the Goodwill, as well as other locations throughout the community.
A young woman called from Georgia Hall, and she asked if we could place some type of a donor receptacle in the dormitory. And we were able to do so, and hopefully we're going to get some wonderful donations from the students.
The Career Center offers resume building, mock interviews, and other services to provide citizens an upper hand when looking for a job.
This isn't my first time. I've been coming here for about 6 months now. And so far they've been very great at helping me to help locate a job. And this is a great place if you want to come to try to find a job. They're very helpful here.
With all the donations that Goodwill receives, the Career Center has been able to thrive. Now with the new training center, Valdosta community now has more services provided for them. With your News Valdosta, I'm Tiffany Taveras.
This election season, for the first time in history, white voters in Georgia will make up less than 60% of active registered voters. This number has fallen steadily over the past several elections, from 63% in 2008 election to around 59% this year. This decline reflects a growing number of mixed-race voters who have registered and voted in this election so far. The number of mixed-race voters is up dramatically from 3% to 8% this year.
Taking a look at your local weather, today will be partly cloudy with the high in the mid-70s. Tonight, the lows will be in the lower 40s.
Coming up, a look back at Valdosta High's College Fair. A historical society opens a new exhibit.
And there's a way to recycle your old electronics. Stay with us.
Thank you for calling your GED Pep Talk Center. All right, now, are you ready for your GED Pep Talk?
Being nervous is okay. It just shows that you're serious about getting your diploma.
All right, listen, we all need a little nudge sometimes. I don't function without coffee in the morning, but it is going to take more than a double mochaccino to help you here.
A lot of things are scary. Heck, I'm scared of clowns.
No quiero ir. Danny, no lo puedo hacer. Quiero ir. Danny.
The way I said.
TMC, liking your pep talk style.
Just keeping it real, Debs. Just keeping it real.
Louder! Louder! I'm gonna get my GED! Come on! Get your GED! Can you keep it down, brother? Thanks.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Valdosta State University.
Encouraging.
In-depth inquiry.
Hands-on experience.
Service and involvement.
And a global view.
While offering
a beautiful residential campus.
Over 100 fields of study.
Graduate and online degrees.
And championship athletics.
All in a warm and friendly community.
Get connected and involved.
Do more, become more.
Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Sabir Muhammad.
And I'm Naya Erb. Valdosta High School held its annual college fair Tuesday night. With more than 60 colleges in attendance, they say this is their best turnout. The fair was free and open to all high school students in the area and their families. The Georgia Education Articulation Committee's Probe College Fair went on a 58-city tour, bringing college representatives to different states. The fair offers free opportunities for students and parents to speak to college reps one-to-one.
The Lowndes Historical Society and Museum has recently opened an exhibit honoring baseball history in the city of Valdosta. The exhibit will continue through the spring and feature several historical artifacts from Valdosta's minor league baseball teams. The majority of the exhibit was loaned to the museum by Lynn Thomas, a native of Valdosta who attended many of the major league games in the city. The museum is open Monday through Friday with free admission.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is over, but there are ways to show your support for other kinds of cancer research. Here's Rusty Reitz with more.
Thanks, guys. I'm on Valdosta State's campus to let you know that it is November 1st, which means that people will be turning in their pink ribbons for breast cancer awareness and growing mustaches. That's right, I said mustaches for Mustache November, also known as Movember. All men are strongly encouraged to grow their mustaches out to raise money and awareness for prostate cancer. If you'd like to get involved, go to www.valdosta.edu and search Movember. That's spelled M-O-V-E-M-B-E-R. Movember. Back to you in the studio.
Those wanting to get rid of some old electronics will want to be at Mathis Auditorium this Friday from 9 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon for the biannual e-recycling day sponsored by the city. The program, set up to help people properly get rid of old electronics, has helped save about 200 tons of recyclable materials since it began in 2006. The event is hosted by the City of Valdosta Public Works Department, along with Keep Valdosta and Lowndes Beautiful and Atlanta Recycling Solutions.
Despite frequent budget cuts, Georgia Public Schools state education leaders are pushing to recall the cuts to public's preschool system. The schedule for pre-K in Georgia was cut by 20 days to reduce costs for the ever-shrinking public school budget. If the state lawmakers support this push by education leaders, then preschoolers will once again have class 180 days a year. The schedule could be extended as early as this August.
Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Sabir Muhammad. Have a good day.
And I'm Naya Erb. We'll see you next time.